Hey guys, it's Jayg3rnauts and welcome to my 50k Q&A subscriber special. Now I do want to apologize for the delay. This video is a few days late, but nonetheless I have fixed everything and we are ready to go. So I hope you guys still enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to leave it a like because I feel like I want to do more of these Q&A videos in the future, but that's entirely up to you guys because the channel does revolve around you. Whatever you guys like to see, I try and bring it to the channel. Also, before we get into the Q&A, I want to say a huge thank you for all the support I have received recently and getting the channel to the point that it's at. It is now at 50,000 subscribers, or a little bit over, but 50,000 subscribers, and I can't thank each and every one of you enough. Whether you were the first subscriber or the 50,000th subscriber, each and every one has played their role and helped this little community that we've got grow tremendously and very rapidly, and I have enjoyed seeing it leap and bound to new levels, I guess, and I owe a lot of that to you. A lot of the feedback and comments and everything like that I try and implement, try and take on board, and try and make it a better viewing experience and a better channel, more enjoyable channel for everyone. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. I also want to say a huge thank you to all the Jayg3rnauts who sent in questions, whether it was on any of my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, or the YouTube comment section. I tried to get as many as possible. Now I do want to apologize if I missed any. I really hope I didn't. I tried to grab as many as possible from each and every one of the social medias and try and implement them. I do want to say sorry if I missed any, but don't worry because I am planning on doing more of these Q&A specials in the future if you guys enjoy, of course. So you will be able to get your questions in the future. Now, you may have heard me refer to you guys as the Jayg3rnauts, and you're probably wondering what that is. You're probably like, I don't understand, why is he calling me that? Well, basically, I know a lot of people on YouTube have their armies and their Atlanteans, or whatever you want to call it, but a name for their followers and a name for their network or their community, and I think we deserve one as well. So I think Jayg3rnauts is the perfect suitable name for that, I guess. So it's a bit of wordplay on the word juggernaut. I've actually got the definition for juggernaut right here. So a juggernaut is a literal or metaphorical force regarded as mercilessly destructive and unstoppable. Now, I think that is the perfect term for us as a group or a network or just as a whole. Unstoppable. The Jayg3rnauts are going to be unstoppable, and well, we already are unstoppable. We already are just tremendous and great, and we're unstoppable. That's all I'm going to say. So I think that's the perfect name for us. If you guys have any better suggestions, let me know. But I think Jayg3rnauts is the perfect term, and I would love it if you guys embrace that, and we can now call ourselves the Jayg3rnauts, I guess. But yeah, another reason why I wanted to do this Q&A, question and answer subscriber special, is because I wanted to kind of break down the third wall a little bit, kind of get out of talking to the camera or talking to the screen and kind of talk to you guys directly a little bit, kind of let you guys in on my life a little bit more. And that's kind of, well, that is what I want to foreground for this video. That's what I hope you guys get out of it. I want the Jayg3rnauts to kind of get let into my life a little bit more, try and understand who I am a little bit better. So that is what this question and answer is hoping to achieve. Without further ado, I think we're ready to get into the question and answer section of the video. So I will get straight into it. Alright guys, so it is now time to jump straight into the question and answer section of the video. Now I've kind of broken them up into a few different sections, tried to put the questions in like a logical progression so it kind of makes sense and not just jumping all over the place. So I hope I have done that correctly. I also hope that I have got to a lot of the questions that you guys have asked. I hope I didn't miss too many. If I did, I do apologize, but don't worry, I will be doing more question and answers in the foreseeable future, so I will be getting to them without a doubt, and I will definitely ask you guys for more questions in the future. I also just want to say really quickly, I thank you for everyone who sent in questions, but I do apologize if I mess up your names. It's inevitable, I will probably mess up a few names, but I hope I can do the best job. So let's jump into the first question. The first question comes in from Cheryl Lee, and she says, what's your real name? Now, my real name is Jay, just like the letter in the alphabet. It's not short for Jason, Jaden, Jamie, it's just Jay. So yeah, it's just Jay. It's really nothing else that is my real name. It's not like a fake name or anything. Jay was the letter, the name or the letter, the name or the letter on my birth certificate. So yeah, that's my real name. The second question comes in from Bay Armstrong, B-A-Y, not B-A-E, and it is, are you Australian? Yes, indeed, I am Australian. 100% from Australia. Wasn't born anywhere else. Haven't really lived anywhere else, to be quite honest. And that kind of ties into the next few questions. I got heaps and heaps of questions on these two next questions, which is, where are you from in Australia, the state and the major city I'm near. So I am originally from Perth, Western Australia, but I relocated to Queensland, which is over the other side of the country, the eastern side of the country, a few years back. So I live there in Queensland, near Brisbane is the major city, the closest major city that I live by. So I live in Queensland, Australia. So yeah, the next question, heaps of questions on this one. How old are you? I am 19. This also leads into the next few questions. When was I born and stuff like that. I was born on, when was I born? What's my birthday? I was born on the 24th of February 1995. So I am 19 years old. That's when I was born. That's my birthday, everything like that. So there we go. There we go. If you guys didn't know, I am 19 and that's my birthday. So you can wish me happy birthday next year sometime. Not sometime, on the 24th of February. Alright guys, the next question actually comes in from the miner, and it is, do I have a job? So the answer is yes. I currently have a part-time job at a retail store. I have had it for about 2 years now, ever since I halfway through year 12, so about 2 or maybe even 3 years now, I'm not too sure. It's been a while. So yeah, I do currently have a job. Thank you for asking. The next question comes in from Ryan W. It is, what is your daily routine when you're not recording or doing anything? That's a bit of a tricky one, because I kind of have a few, the daily routine differs quite a lot, because a lot of the time I either mess up my sleep schedule and sleep throughout the day, wake up at night and record throughout the night, or vice versa. So I currently don't really have the best routine, although a lot of the time I am either staying up really late and then waking up really late in the day, or staying up really late and then waking up really early to go to work. So it's kind of annoying, but apart from that, as much as I can, I try and get outside, walk my dogs. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I think that's actually the next question, yeah. But walk my dogs, or do whatever I can to try and get out of the house a little bit, go for like runs or something like that. So I don't quite have a routine, I guess you could say, apart from like sleeping and I guess getting out and trying to be active and stuff, and working, of course. So all that kind of stuff there. The next question kind of links into what I just said. Do you have a brother, sister, or pet? 2 people asked that, Landon Shah and Lion Messi 121. So I do have a younger sister. She is 2 years younger than me, and she's still currently at school. So good luck to her. And I have 2 cute little puppy dogs. You probably have heard them in some of my videos barking their heads off at whatever the hell they like to bark at. They just bark at like everything. It's really obnoxious and annoying. But I do have currently I have 2 little dogs. Not Chihuahuas or anything, just Cocker Spaniel crosses or something like that. The next question comes in from James Randall, a food question. Do I like pizza? Funny story, I love pizza now, but up until about the age of 12, I think it was, I absolutely hated pizza. Could not do pizza to save my life. Pizza came to the house, I'd be like, get that out of my sight. Couldn't do pizza. Now I can do pizza. I love pizza. Don't quite have a favorite. I'd say Meat Lovers or Supreme or something like that. But yeah, don't know my favorite. The next question, sorry if I get your name wrong. It comes in from the Zibcheski or something like that. Sorry for getting your name wrong. Do I like ice cream? Oh my god, yes, I love ice cream. Don't even know where to start. Love like all sorts of ice cream, I'd say. I've got so many favorites, I couldn't even name one, but cookies and cream is a favorite. Although I know in America they have these an ice cream brand called, Ben and Jerry's, and we don't have that in Australia, and I'm kind of very jealous because we only have the kind of conventional flavors like vanilla, chocolate, Neapolitan, and they get like all these ridiculously nice ones like triple chocolate, cookies and cream, cookie dough, all this kind of stuff. So unfortunately we only get them occasionally. We don't really have any massive Ben and Jerry's around the place, which is a bit of a letdown. But yeah, to answer the question, I do love myself some ice cream. The next question comes in from Ben Kennedy. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your favorite color of the alphabet? So that's a bit of a brain teaser there, I think. I'm not too sure how to answer that. I'm gonna say Jayg3r. Jayg3r has a 3 in it. It's got a color, I don't know what color it would be, and Jayg3r could be a letter of the alphabet. So that's what I'm gonna say. I don't really know how to answer that, Ben. Thank you for your brain teasing question. The next question, what is my favorite game? It comes in from Ormus Bazda. Sorry if I got your name wrong. That's a bit of an open-ended question. My favorite game. It could be like a sport game. It could be like a board game. I'm assuming though it is a computer game or a video game. I had to have a bit of a think about this one, but I would have to go back to my childhood and say Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64 is my favorite game ever. I know they released it on the GameCube and the Wii. I got those games as well and played the hell out of them. I just absolutely love that franchise, and I know there's one coming out on the Wii U, and I really hope I can get that. I don't actually have a Wii U, but I hope I can get that and play that because I love the Super Smash Bros. Franchise, or gaming evolution, I guess you could call it. The next question comes in from Michaela. Hey Michaela, saying the question is, if you didn't do YouTube, what would I currently be doing? So I would probably still be studying at university, probably studying exercise science, I would say, which is like pre-physiotherapy, which is what I was doing up until I heard about YouTube, and I kind of was like, that sounds really cool, I might try that out for a bit. So I'd probably be doing something like that, exercise science or physiotherapy or something along those lines. The next question comes in from Lesney. Excellent name there, buddy. What do you like more, Marvel or DC Comics? Oh my god, guys, I don't even know where to begin. I just love all my superheroes. I couldn't really pick a favorite. I think you might be able to see I've currently got like an Avengers t-shirt on, which I know is Marvel, but I love my DC superheroes as well. I have over on my desk over there, you probably won't be able to see, but a Batman and Joker bobblehead. So I kind of just love all my superheroes. I know there are some awesome superhero movies coming out next year. I can't wait to see them. They've got an Ant-Man movie in production. They've got a Deadpool movie in production. They've got a Batman vs Superman movie in production. They also have a Black Widow movie in production, which is awesome. I can't wait to check out all those movies. Next year's going to be an awesome movie-filled year, I guess. So thank you for the question there, Jay. Next question comes in from Lovato Slurman. I hope I pronounced your name right. What genre of music or bands do you like? That's a bit of a good question. I don't really have a favorite. I like a whole bunch of stuff. Like I like all the stuff on the radio, the pop, the hip hop, rap, any kind of that, EDM, techno, all that kind of music I enjoy. I don't really have too much of a favorite. Just whatever's catchy and got a nice beat, I will happily listen to. The next question comes in from Junaid Ahmed. How will you feel when you get 1 million subs? That might be a little bit ambitious. I hope maybe one day we can achieve something like that. But for now, I'm just so happy we hit 50,000 subscribers. That in itself is a huge goal, and I'm so glad we hit that, and you guys are here to share that. So yeah, thank you for the question. I don't know about 1 mil subs. If we ever get there, maybe not, but for now I just am loving the growth of the channel. So now we move on to that's a bit of my personal information. We move on to a few questions about Lachlan. A lot of you guys were asking questions from Lachlan. How did I meet Lachlan or Craft Battle Duty? I met Lachlan, I would say about 5.5, 6 years ago when I relocated over to Queensland. It was year 9, and we were in the same home class, or the PC class, whatever you want to call it. We kind of became good friends, me and myself, Lachlan and myself, and two of my other best friends, we became a really close unit, and we were kind of great friends all through school and even after leaving school. So that's kind of how I met him, I guess. Probably, it was actually, I remember this quite clearly. It was in my first week at school. I was quite nervous. It was in physical education class, or one of those classes, and I was just talking to this random kid I didn't know yet, and to see if he liked AFL, which is an Australian sport, and he said yes, and that was Lachlan. And then we kind of just formed an awesome connection and became like best friends with my two other friends, like I said, and good friends still to this day. So the next question, I kind of just answered that. How did your friendship with Lachlan start? From Buffs ML Payne, Major League Pain, I'm guessing. That's kind of how it started. We grew as friends from like talking about our hobbies, our interests. They were pretty similar. So Pokemon was also a massive thing we had in common. So that's kind of how we grew, I guess, as well. So that's how our friendship started. How long have I known Lachlan Lima from Twitter? Thank you, buddy. I've known Lachlan, like I said, for about 5.5 to 6 years. So I'm not like a childhood friend. Some people assumed that I had grown up with him from like the start. 5 or 6 years I would have known Lachlan. We've been friends for a long time. Kind of just answered this question as well. Sorry guys, how long have you known Lachlan? How long have you and Lachlan been friends, and how did you meet? Kind of just answered that. 5.5 to 6 years. We met at school in our home class from Michael Buford and Edie AC. Are you and Craft Battle Duty friends? Jonathan Calderon. Yeah, I think that's right. Yes, we are good friends. Now the next question, when did you meet Little Lizard and Tiny Turtle? A few people asked that. Skyman, Game Mode Harrison, and Deathstroke319. I met Little Lizard and Tiny Turtle, and I guess Atlanticraft as well, when I went over to Minecon last year with Lachlan actually, and I was with Lachlan and we stayed at XRPMX's house. I met them through association with Lachlan pretty much. So that's how we became friends as well. The next question, Ender Warlord for the win, also known as Isaac the Epics. Do you still remember me? Of course I still remember you. Isaac's been one of my longest subscribers. And will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Yes, of course. Will you guys still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? That's a new question. Another question coming from two people, Zayden White and someone else. I know I saw it from someone else, but I couldn't quite find you, so I'm sorry. Will I do a Draw My Life? My drawing capability is about the extent of Stickman. I don't know if I will do a Draw My Life. I might do it eventually in the future for something new, but we'll have to wait and see. Now we're moving on to the YouTube part, the YouTube questions now, guys. So, how did I come up with the name Jayg3r? From Sean and Riley Costello. Now, I came up with the name Jayg3r because when I was 18, let me quickly say something. The drinking age for Australians is 18. So when I turned 18, I was about 18 and a half, and I had my first experience with Jägermeister, and it didn't go down all that well. It was quite unwell the next day, and basically some of the guys were calling me Jayg3r, like Jaeger, and it kind of just stuck, and that's, I guess, how I got that name. It's kind of just stuck, I guess. So yeah. The next question comes in from a heap of other people, so I can't quite name you all, but I'll try to have a list of you on the screen. How and why did you start YouTube? How? I don't really understand how I started. I just kind of posted a video and got people to watch it. But why I started? I kind of was... I'll go into a few of the other questions in a moment, but how I started, or why I started, the idea of being able to share my content or something that I've done with the whole world was so cool and incredible that I was like, yeah, I really want to try and get into that. So that's kind of why I started YouTube. The next question comes in from Aztec. What was your first time you considered doing YouTube? I considered it a few years back, to be honest, when I was watching some of the Call of Duty videos, but I never thought I would be any good at it. And then I really considered it when Lachlan started doing it. I was like, you know what, that seems really cool. I didn't quite attempt it right away, but I'm glad I jumped in it and did it eventually. I guess it just proves, like, if you really want to try something, you should just go for it and not let anyone tell you otherwise. So yeah, I eventually, I guess I considered it a long time ago, but I really didn't give any major thought to it until about like a year ago, I'd say. The next question comes in from Jose Rendon and Gareth Tune. Who inspired you to become a YouTuber? No one particularly inspired me. I would say Lachlan or Crap Out of Duty really helped me out and kind of gave me the confidence to do it, along with Little Lizard and Tiny Turtle and the Atlantic Craft. It was around the time I was at Minecon, but no one really inspired me. I kind of just thought like that everyone's doing their own thing. I would love to be a part of that and kind of do my own thing and see if anyone likes it and wants to stick around. And fortunately, some people did, and I can't thank you all enough for it. The next question, who's your favorite YouTuber? Ryan Garren. Now, I don't really have a favorite YouTuber. You see that everyone has their own different style and personality and perspective and look at things, that everyone has their own like little bit to offer. So I like a lot of YouTubers, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really have a favorite, sorry, but I do watch a lot of YouTubers. The next question, Luke Watley. Why did you base your channel on Minecraft? The reason I based my channel on Minecraft is because I knew that there was so much Minecraft had to offer. There was so many different avenues or mods and everything like that that you could take it down. And I just thought it was so cool, and I really wanted to dive into it and base my channel around a game that just had so much to offer. So that's why I chose Minecraft. The next question from Carrie Christopher. How long have I been doing YouTube, or how long have you been YouTubing? I have been YouTubing for about 5.5 months of pretty much daily content, I would presume, close to daily content. I missed a few days now and then, but hopefully pretty daily content, 5.5 to 6 months, I would say. The next question from Rutger Mac or Jeremy, one of my longest subscribers as well. With what sub count were you most excited? This was an excellent question. The sub count I was most excited for, probably 5,000 subscribers. I know you guys are like, why 5,000? That's such a low number. The reason being, starting off YouTube is really difficult. You have to try and get motivation from everywhere. And 5,000 was really the point that I was like, yeah, this is so much fun. I like interacting with everyone. I love bringing this content to people. And 5,000 was such a grind to get to, and it was just such a big milestone that I just loved it. And I'd say, yeah, 5,000 was the most, well, not the most excited, but one of the most joyous sub counts, I guess you could say. Okay, so the next question, have you ever thought of making a living out of YouTube, or do you already? Sven Bar, thank you for the question. Currently, I don't make a living off YouTube. I have thought about it before, but in saying that, I don't really know what I want to do with the future. I'm kind of just doing this while I'm trying to work out what I want to study at uni. Who knows where it could lead me or take me, but at the moment it's kind of just a little bit of fun, and I do love doing it, but I'm not sure if I could ever make a living out of it, just because I don't know if people want to see the content, I guess. I know, don't get me wrong, 50,000 subscribers is huge, but I don't know if a living out of YouTube is something that I would be able to do, I guess you could say. Hope I answered that question well enough. But yeah, just I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. I'd love to go back to uni and study and try and get a degree, but who knows? I guess we'll just see how the future. No one knows what the future holds, so we will see. The next question. Oh my god, guys! I've had so many questions on every video, and I just want to say, what is your intro song? That's the question. What is my intro song? My intro song, I didn't want to say just because I was thinking about getting a new intro, but my intro song currently is Take a Walk by The Passion Pit, and I'm using the a cappella version. So it's Take a Walk by Passion Pit. People always comment, but yeah, I've seen countless, what is your intro song? It is Take a Walk a cappella. So there it is, guys. That is what my intro song is. The next question by Swedish Fish is, what is your favorite superhero or villain? I kind of answered this a little bit before. Couldn't really name a favorite. Just love so many. I guess if I had to say one, probably Batman or Iron Man or Spider-Man or Thor. There's just so many. I couldn't really name it to one. A super villain, the Riddler. There's just too many to name. Riddler's the first one that came into my head. The Riddler, Joker, all the Batman super villains. There's just way too many. I couldn't really name a favorite. I just love them all. So yeah, sorry about that, Swedish fish. Alright, we're up to the last few questions now, guys, and I didn't really presume this video was going to go for too long, but I think it's been going for quite a while now, so I'll try and wrap it up quite soon. But moving on to the next question, it comes in from Amy Andelap. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Do you like Pokemon? Yes, I love myself some Pokemon. I've watched it all. It's pretty much my whole childhood, Pokemon. I love watching the cartoon, the anime on TV, and love Pixelmon and all kinds of Pokemon. So yeah, I've been playing the game as well for years and years. So I definitely love myself some Pokemon. You could say that. Now the next question from Ariane Rivera. That's a very nice name. Did you know that I could get this far? I never expected to get this far at all, to be quite honest with you. I loved the idea of it, but I never thought I could do it. So I'm so happy that we are finally here. Hopefully I've got a little bit more in. Hopefully I've got a little bit more in me, and we can keep growing just a little bit more. But I never thought we could get this far. So thank you for your question. Yeah, it's been huge and such a rewarding adventure, I guess we could say. And moving on. What is my favorite thing about doing YouTube? From Sam TYSM Nash. Sorry if I said that incorrectly. My favorite thing about doing YouTube definitely would be being able to interact with people all over the world, and also hearing feedback like, you made my day, thank you for your videos, you've inspired me to do YouTube. Anything like that, that is definitely my favorite thing about YouTube, and especially the idea of my videos being seen worldwide or around the world by different people from different nationalities and backgrounds. That's just a really cool part of YouTube, I think, and that's something that I definitely enjoy about it. So Andrew Baxter has the next question. What was the first game you played on PC? That's a hard question there, buddy. The first game, I'm not sure if you mean like real video game, but the first game, I'd probably say Tetris, and then Bubble Trouble. I'm not sure if anyone remembers that game, but it's just a little very basic game. Used to like spacebar and arrow keys. Bubble Trouble, I used to play the hell out of that game, even at school. I was like, no teachers around, let's play this game a little bit. But yeah, the first PC game, I hope that answers your question. I don't really know. When I was younger, I was a bit more of a console gamer. So I played like I don't even know, a lot of games on the console. Wouldn't even know what my first game is. My first game ever was probably Mario Kart 64 on the Nintendo 64. Actually, that's a lie. Probably Pokemon Silver on my little Game Boy back in the day. So that was my first question. My first video game. And that brings me to my last question now, guys. So unfortunately, I couldn't find who said this, but what is the hardest thing about doing YouTube? The hardest thing about doing YouTube, probably the negative feedback really takes its toll. You could be whoever you want, you could be the strongest person around, but it'll always get to you one way or another. You do your things to try and block it out and not let it affect you. It still gets through one way or another, and that's probably one of the harder things about doing YouTube, as well as trying to find new content and things to make that'll appeal to people. The negative feedback is definitely one of the hardest things about doing YouTube. So thank you for your question, whoever that is. I'm sorry, I didn't quite get who that was. I know I saw it, I just couldn't find you when I was going back through to grab your name. But guys, that's going to wrap up the 50k Q&A subscriber special. I hope you have enjoyed. A bit of a longer episode than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was only going to be like a 10-minute video, but I kind of proved that wrong. Went a bit over my time, but I hope you have enjoyed nonetheless. I hope you guys have learned a little bit more about myself, and if you do want to see more of these videos in the future, make sure to leave a like so I know, and I can maybe bring another Q&A out within the next few months or next month even. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the episode, guys. Make sure you take care, and Jayg3r out. Bye, guys.